and welcome back. Today is Sunday, April 27th. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. It is day 9 of the NBA playoffs. We get a fun day, Sunday, 4-game NBA slate here. Playoff action all day. Game 4s in every single game in the playoffs here today. We get some great matchups. This is probably the more fun series day versus yesterday. We only get 2 of those 4 games yesterday. Today, all 4 of these games are going to be great. All the series are 2-1 here today, which is awesome. Versus yesterday, we had to get the sweep done with the Grizzlies, OKC, but Clippers, Denver is a cinema series 2-2. Cannot believe that end of the game yesterday. But today, 4 new games here at noon. We get Knicks Pistons 2-1 series leading the Knicks side. Game 4, 227 over under. Detroit 2-point favorite here at home. This game is going to be a grit and grimy game. I think this game's going to be more like game 2. Late game possessions. This game's going to be a ton of fun. The series has been a ton of fun. Pistons fans are a ton of fun as well, so I'm excited for this matchup. 2:30 game on ABC, Lakers versus Wolves. Very excited for this game. Not rematch, but this is a massive game for the Lakers. Minnesota can go 3-1 here at home. It is set in stone coming back to Minnesota for game 6. You've got to feel really good here. This is a massive game for the Lakers. 209 over under. Minnesota 3-point favorite here, or 3.5-point favorite here at home, and they have the series lead. Massive game here for the Lakers. 6 o'clock on TNT, we get Boston, Orlando. Game 4, 197 over under. This number has been super consistent after game 1. I think game 2, 3, and then 4 here all been 197 over unders. They have figured out this number, and Boston is a 7-point favorite here. No Drew Holiday, and Jaylen Brown does have a dislocated finger coming into this matchup, and Boston has this 2-1 series lead. This game means a lot for Orlando. And then the late game here, Bucks Pacers, 226 over under, the highest over under on the day. Milwaukee 4-point favorite here. Are the Bucks gonna make this series 2-2 here? Game is on TNT. Beautiful slate of games here. All game 4s, 2-1s. Hopefully we get some mixes. Hopefully we get a lot of 2-2s tied series here. I want more round 1 playoff basketball here. Before we jump into today's 4 plays, we got to recap yesterday's action. And yesterday in the NBA, I continued my cold streak here. We went at 7 straight losers in a row. You gotta love it. Or 6 straight losers in a row. You gotta love it. Either or, it's not been fun. Thank you, Stephen Curry. We knew it was going to be a legacy game at home here. You took care of business for us. We knew that 26.5 was way too low. Jamal Murray, he had a horrible game. It was Jokic all day. Chet Holmgren didn't watch the game in that one. That game was horrible. Chet shouldn't have gone double back-to-back games with the same player in that series, but thank God that series is over. And then Donovan Mitchell, 25-plus points. I'm going to be back at it on Monday. You already know. Monday, I'm already taking his over. He should have a bounce-back game here overall. He was deflating. I felt great. Garland got ruled out. It was like we got minus 128. It was minus 172 before tip. I was happy. I was celebrating a win before it even happened, and then he had a lackluster game. Holy crap. It was everyone else that was scoring. Mobley, Jared Allen was incredible. Thank God for Stephen Curry. Been still pretty good overall. Start of the week was a ton of fun. Last few days, not been as much fun. But I want a 4-0 sweep here. And let's just jump into it for my first play of the day. Trying to get this off early here for you guys. It's going to be in the Knicks-Pistons game. Like I said, like I've been saying, I'll play in every single game here. I'm not running away from the grind here. And I think Cade Cunningham here is going to bounce back in a big way. I think Cade Cunningham is going to go back to game 2. Cade, I think he's going to get a few more foul calls in this matchup. So I think Cade Cunningham is going to have a massive game here. It's going to be Cade Cunningham to go over 27.5 points, coming at minus 115 on FanDuel. The Knicks on the whole season allow the 5th most points to the point guard position. He has a great spot here overall. He's gotten this over 3 for his last 5 against the Knicks, averaging 29.8 points per game. Over 3 for his last 5, averaging 30 points per game. He's coming off of an under game. Game 1, he had 21 field goal attempts. Game 2, he had 21 field goal attempts. In Game 3, he had 25 field goal attempts. So I'm loving the volume we're getting here from Cade. When Cade takes 20-plus shots in a game, he gets the over 60% of the time. So love the numbers that we're getting here. So we have good consistency. Game 1, he hasn't taken many threes, which I like. Normally, Cade Cunningham sometimes has taken an abundance of threes, but not in the series. Most threes he's taken in the series is 5 or 6 in the game. Love that he's driving into the lane. I think today he's going to get quite a few more foul calls in this game. He only had 3 free throw attempts in game 3. I think that's crazy for a guy that, like I said, not shooting many threes. He's driving into the cup. Game 1, he had 5 free throw attempts, so that's 2 more opportunities from the line. In game 2, he had 12 free throw attempts in game 2. I think it's going to be more like it's going to be called like game 2 here. I think he's going to get way more than 3 free throw attempts from the free throw line, which we love. It's an easy shot. He's great at free throws. It's helpful to get him into a rhythm. 12 it might not get to 12, but there's no way he's going to get 3. I think he's going to get back to that 5, 6, or 7 free throw attempt number that we get. He's coming into this matchup with 2 days of rest. He has a 67% hit rate when he has 2 days of rest coming into a matchup, averaging 29.8 points per game. I've projected at 30 plus points here. Loving the volume. 25 field goal attempts in game 3, 21 in the 2 games prior. Game 3, he didn't get many calls. I think today the whistle's going to go his way a little more often. This one, Knicks, they struggle against the point guard position. He's had great games against the Knicks overall. Last 5, 35, 36, 21, 33 in that game too, and then 24 in the most recent game. But I think today he's going to get to this foul line a few more times here. Projected at 30, so give me Cade Cunningham to ball out and make this series 2-2. So give me Cade Cunningham to go over 27.5 points, coming at minus 115 on FanDuel. Jump into my second play of the day. We took him last game here. I'm back at it like a bad habit. We're getting 28.5 for Luka Doncic overs. We don't get it this often in the Lakers Wolves game. I go off of what I said earlier if you guys couldn't tell. There's no way he does what he did again. Only took 16 field goal attempts in game 3. They need him to step up here. He is the difference maker. He has a great history of getting the over. I'm trusting Luka Doncic in game 4 to make up for game 3's lackluster game. So give me Luka Doncic to go over 28.5 points, coming at minus 120 on DraftKings. He's gotten this over 6 for his last 8 games against the versus the Timberwolves in the playoffs, averaging 30.9 points per game. With the most recent game, he had a bad game overall. He's gotten this over 4 for his last 5. He was coming to this playoff series super hot, averaging 33.8 points per game. Like I said, game 3, 16 field goal attempts per game. Excuse me. Sorry about that. The last time he took that few of shots in a playoff series was last year versus OKC, where he only had 14 field goal attempts in that matchup. And how did he follow up that playoff game in the next one? He dropped 31 points in the next game. In the regular season, the last time he took 16 field goal attempts or fewer in a game was against OKC pretty recently, and the next game he followed it up with a 45-point bomb in the next game here. I think he's going to make it up in a big way here. Want to know why? He has a great history on the road. 61% hit rate on the road, averaging 29.9 points per game. 75% hit rate versus Minnesota in the playoffs, averaging 29.5 points per game in Minnesota. Over 3 for his last 4 versus the Wolves. Love that. He plays better on the road than he is at home. Over 7 for his last 10 away playoff games, averaging 28.7 points per game. I have him projected at 32 plus points here. I think he's going to have a monster game after a lackluster game. He's going to make the series tied 2-2. This game's going to be a ton of fun. I'm very excited to see how Luka Doncic responds in this matchup. So give me Luka Doncic to go over 28.5 points, coming minus 120 on DraftKings. He's going to have him. I have him, like I said, 32 plus points. I think he's going to have a great game here. Going to the series that stays pretty consistent with their total here. 197 over 100 for game 4. Boston, Orlando in Orlando. Boston 7-point favorite here. No Drew Holiday. Jaylen Brown's dealing with a hamstring and a dislocated finger. I think this leads a great opportunity for Derrick White to ball out here on the road. So give me Derrick White to go over 14.5 points, coming at minus 122 on FanDuel. Orlando Magic, the last 30 games, allow the 10th most points to the shooting guard position. So he's a great matchup here overall. He's gotten this over 4 for his last 5 against the Magic overall, averaging 18.4 points per game. Over 4 for his last 5 games overall, averaging 19.2 points per game. 67% hit rate on the season, averaging 16.6 points per game. Last 5 games versus Orlando, 17, 12, 30, 17, and 16 in the most recent matchup. He's gone 3 straight overs versus the Magic in the playoffs this season so far. 74% hit rate without Holiday in the lineup, averaging 17.7 points per game. 66% hit rate on the road, so he's a better road player than he is at home, averaging 15.7 points per game. And last game, he only made 2 threes. I think today is a good day. I think today he's going to go off from 3. Game 1, he made 8. Game 2, he only made 3, I think. 3 in game 3, but game 2 only had 2. He takes a ton of shots from 3. He averages 9 3-point attempts per game. We're due for a game where he just goes off from beyond the arc. I have him projected at 17 plus points here. No Holiday, 74% hit rate without Holiday. 4 for his last 5 against the Magic. He's been balling out overall. 4 for his last 5 versus the Magic. 17, 12, 30, 17, and 16 in the most recent games. He's going to make it 4 straight overs for us. So give me Derrick White to go over 14.5 points, coming in -122 on FanDuel. And jump into my 4th and final play of the day. This one was hard. Pacers, Bucks, these lines seem very great overall. I would love to take Giannis over points in this game, but that number's way too high. 33.5 points. He could easily do it. That's why I'm not going to be taking an under on it. And I hate taking unders on superstar players because they come back and bite you in a big way here. So I'm going to the Pacers side of the ball here. Looking at this guy's stats, I really wanted to take Andrew Nembhard, wanted to take Halliburton to have a great game, but Pascal Siakam, Mr. Consistent for this Pacers team. I think he's going to have another consistent game. He has a great history versus the Pacers overall, so I think it's another great game for him. So I think Pascal Siakam has a good matchup here. 226.5 over-under. He plays the 3rd most minutes on this team, right behind Hallie and Nembhard. I think he has great... versus Miles Turner, he gets subbed out a lot for Thomas Bryant. So give me Pascal Siakam to go over 20.5 points, coming at -135 on FanDuel. He's gotten this over 4 for his last 5 games, averaging 22.2 points per game. Over 5 for his last 5 against the Bucks, averaging 25.6 points per game. He has balled out against the Bucks last 5 games. 25, 26, 25, 24, and 28 in the most recent game in Game 3 overall. 54% hit rate on the season, averaging 21.2 points per game. Versus Milwaukee, in Milwaukee, 80% hit rate, averaging 26.3 points per game. Only 2 games he's gone under since 2022 in Milwaukee, and in those 2 games, he scored 19 plus points in both of those games overall. Over 4 for his last 5 playoff games, averaging 25.4 points per game, scoring 4 for his last 5 away playoff games, my bad. Over 4 for his last 5 away playoff games, averaging 24.4 points per game, scoring 20 plus in every single game. So even when he hits the under, it is right on the money. Over 8 for his last 10 playoff games overall, averaging 23.7 points per game. With the 2 games he hit under, he scored 20 and he scored 19 in those 2 games. He is consistent around this number. I have him projected at 24 plus points in this game here. 80% hit rate in Milwaukee going back to 2020-22. 5 for his last 5 against the Bucks. He's going to make it 6 for his last 6. The Pacers need someone to step up or be the player that shoots the most shots on this team, and that's Pascal Siakam. He's led them in shots in this series. I think that's going to continue here today. So give me Pascal Siakam to go over 20.5 points, coming at -135 on FanDuel. And those are my 4 plays to bounce back here today. Pascal Siakam over 20.5. Derrick White, 14.5 points, -122. Luka Doncic, superstar player, big-time game, big-time player, over 28.5. And Cade Cunningham to kick off our day, over 27.5 points per day. It has not been a fun few days, but hey, I just have fun doing this. That's why unit management is always key. Up a ton of games on this season. I think over 40 games on the year overall. The one day I talked about my playoff record, we started losing games, so I'm not going to be talking about it. But overall, been a fun playoff series so far. I'm excited for these new matchups here coming up next week, but I want to hold on to these series. Hopefully today every series is 2-2 here. We can continue to get some more round 1 playoff basketball. Let me know down below what's your favorite play in the NBA today. I love tailing you guys in the comments section. And while you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. Makes me know you like the content. I truly appreciate the support this page has been getting. It's been fun. Overall, I'm looking to have some more fun here today. Massive slates here today. 2-game slate here tomorrow. Fun games on tomorrow. I'm excited for playoff basketball. Hopefully you guys are as well. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.